Warning, the following show is not, I repeat, not financial advice. It is a review of my adventures into day trading and for entertainment purposes only. Investing carries extreme financial and emotional risk. Do not attempt or recreate anything you see in the show. Today is June 9, 2025, and this is episode 6. Hello, and hope you had a great weekend. I can't believe it's Monday already. These weekends just go too damn fast, man. I swear. Back to work. I gotta say though, for a Monday, and I'm usually not the biggest fan of Mondays. It's a pretty good day. Had a good trade today, and we'll dive into all of that. But and on top of that, our little friend Harley here, she's doing a whole lot better, right, puppy? You want to come say hi? You want to come say hi? See, there they are. Okay, come back this way. See, you gotta look right there. Say hello. Yeah, Harley had a really bad week last week, and she's lots of tummy troubles, but she's feeling a lot better now, and she's pretty much back to normal. So, right, buddy? You ready to let me start doing this thing? Because get to the stocks and all that stuff. That's what people are here for. Okay, let's start with a story so far style recap. I started this adventure with about $780 in my investment account. Right now, I am building up my investment capital so I can get to my long-term goal, which is to be able to day trade for a living, or at the very least, make it a good chunk of my living. If you want to learn more about how I got started and my strategies, my investment strategies and that kind of stuff, definitely go check out episode 1. So with that said, let's get right into it with my trade review. If you watched the last episode, you know that I had MNTN, HIMS, and GCT on my shortlist today. Right out of the gate, GCT did not do much for me. It had some movement, but overall it felt pretty flat. Then I looked at HIMS, and that one had a big sell-off right out of the gate. And it actually looked like a pretty good buy opportunity. That said, it's a little high for my budget. So without really feeling that great about it, I kind of felt like I should take a look at MNTN instead. Like HIMS, MNTN went down right at the bell and looked like a good buy opportunity. Friday, it dipped below $24, so that was my target price for buying today. At 24.135, I clicked the buy button, just like you should click the subscribe button to my channel right now. It then jumped up pretty quickly and I sold my 38 shares for $24.79, which gave me a profit of $24.88 or 2.7% profit on my investment of $917.13 today, which is right where I want to be on my day trades. I want to make a minimum of 1%, but realistically, I'm looking for 1 to 5% profit per trade. This was a nice quick in and out trade today. Took about 30 minutes or so. Ideally, this is the exact kind of trading I want to be doing every single day. Super easy, low on stress, and you get in and out fast, so it makes it easy so you're not holding on all day long waiting for something to happen. Definitely a nice start to the week. With that said, let's get into my stock hunt. Stock Hunt is brought to you by me and my webcomic called Bello. It's a comic strip set in a small deli that focuses on the humorous banter between Bello, his co-workers, and their customers. I publish every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and you can find it on your social of choice or at bellobear.com. All the links are below. I hope you enjoy reading it as much as I do creating it. Okay, back to the show. In this segment, I always pick a stock to investigate that I want to add to my long-term watch list. Today we're going to take a look at QXO. QXO Inc. distributes roofing, waterproofing, and other building products in the United States. It serves contractors, distributors, and suppliers. They were formerly known as Silver Sun Technologies Inc. and changed their name to QXO in June 2024. The company is based in Greenwich, Connecticut. Basically, if you're doing roofing, waterproofing, and or other related building work, you're pretty much going to get your supplies from these guys. The 180-day chart looks interesting. Back in October, QXO was around $15 and passed $18 in December. From there, it went on a steady decline to its low of $11.84 in March. Then it went climbing in May and June, hitting the 180-day high of $20.22 today. From what I've read, the stock has a good outlook and should continue to grow. Even though my initial thoughts are this is probably good for a long-term investment, I think this could be really good for a day trade too. These kind of climbing stocks do scare me a little bit though. I'm always waiting for the bottom to drop out at any time. That said, it does fit my budget and has pretty good volatility for what I need. Well, with that, let's get to my Short list. This is a list of 3 to 4 stocks that I'm looking to use for my next trade. Usually these come from my long-term trading list, and I've definitely investigated these. So let's start with the one we just talked about, QXL. I know we already looked at the 180-day chart, but let's look a little closer going to the 5-day chart. With a low of $16.16 and a high over $20, it's really grown, and fast at that. Most of that growth is in the last 2 days. So to me, the million-dollar question is, can I make any money off it with a day trade? Or will it crash right when I buy into it? Assuming I don't go for something else on my short list, this is feeling good for tomorrow, but let's not count our chickens before they hatch. Okay, next up we have TBB, otherwise known as BBB Foods Inc. Looking at the 20-day chart, they've gone from about 27 to a high of 31.29 and back down to a low of 26.64. I've actually looked at this one in the past when I was doing paper trades, kind of preparing for this adventure. And to me, it feels like a good buy around $24 to $25. I feel pretty confident about this one, though I will say the volume is pretty low. So it may take some time to grow, which does not make it ideal for a day trade. Next, let's move on to SoFi. Their 20-day chart has a high of 1478 and a low of 1262. Extended hours took it close to its high and then sharply dropped this morning. It came back for a bit and then hovered most of the day around 1407. The fact that it was close to its 20-day high and that it happened in extended hours scares me a bit. Then again, we're talking about a change of about 30 cents, not like it was dollars in one day. So it could possibly be good. If there's another sell-off first thing in the morning and you catch the pickup right after, it could be good. So that's my short list for today. Right? Oh, okay. You don't want to, you have nothing to add to the short list? Well, thanks for checking it. You are such a stinker. I love this doggy. Okay, anyway, sorry. Got distracted by the puppy. So that's my short list for today. Just to mention it again, I'm not married to this list. Like, I don't have to do a trade just based on this. It's really depends on how the market is doing, how the stocks themselves are doing. That'll kind of dictate if I do or not. These are really just kind of a cheat sheet, if you will, a starting point. So I'm not going into the trading day blind. So with that said, let's get into the bottom line. As you know, I started this day trading adventure with about $780, and this morning I was up to $917.55, and after a quick trade of MNTN, I am now up to $942.01, which is an increase of $24.88 or 2.64%, which falls right in line with my capital growth strategy. And I gotta say, I really enjoy days like this where you can get a trade done in about 30 minutes, you hit your numbers, you hit your target, and it sure makes it easy and less stressful. So I gotta say, today was a pretty good Monday. So that's it for today. Episode 6 is in the books. And before we go, please do me a favor and hit that like button. It's the thumbs up. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm and helps the channel grow. So that's it. Stay tuned for more of my adventures into day trading, and okay, bye.